Hello and welcome to Holistic Circle podcast, Spiritual Conversation. My name is Philipp Kobald. We are reaching out to people who are passionate about spreading light, love, and joy. And today from Uganda, Edrine Kitamirike, if I did it correctly. Hello, Adrian. Welcome very much. So to our viewers, a quick information. You know that this podcast is all about you. You're the ones who are coming up with ideas for guests to invite you, coming up with ideas for questions. On my website, HolisticCircle.org, you can post your ideas, and I'm happy to ask the questions for you and bring the guests that you want to see. And today we are ready for a incredibly interesting conversation that I'm sure you cannot hardly hear anywhere else, about a person living in Uganda, working, trying to build a foundation, trying to help. It is definitely a conversation that will humble us and that all of us will not forget very quick. So Adrian, if you'd be so kind to give us a little bit of a background, who you are and what you do, and surprise our viewers with your incredible, unique story.
Okay. Thank you. I'm very grateful, Mr. Philipp Kobald, for inviting me on your podcast today. By the name of Kitamirike, I see the name was a bit tricky, disturbing, but it's Kitamirike, K-I. Yeah, I'm the CEO of Pure Hearts Charity Foundation. I'm a soldier, currently and still in service, working with the Uganda People's Defense Force, that's the Uganda Army. And currently, I'm in charge of 5-1 Military Health Center 2. It's a military hospital located in Lolachat sub-county in Nabilatok district. On the other side of professionalism, I'm a registered nurse by profession. After finishing my course, I decided to join the army due to the love and patriotism of my country. Pure Hearts.
Yes, maybe for the people in the West who are not so familiar with Africa and maybe specifically Uganda, basically you choose the only way available. Basically, if you want to have some kind of regular job, if you want to do your medical profession, if you want to go forward and help people in the area and region you basically did what was available to you, and working for the army gives you a regular income, gives you a stability. Otherwise, most likely it will be very hard to do what you do. Is that correct?
That is it. Just that we have a lot of responsibilities. Like now for me, I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a lot of permanent children to take care of in the orphanage. So I had to look for other available sources of income. Just being a nurse in Uganda, it does not pay some good amount of money. So I had to at least look for another government job. That's why I decided to join army. Though it's a bit tiresome,
but it's one of the few stable option of income that you have available in your region. That's the only realistic path. So people to understand why you chose what you chose, so you can do what you want to do. So to give people a background who are maybe not familiar with the economic situation of Uganda.
Yeah. The economy of Uganda is not all that good, but we just try. We figure around where if you see an opportunity, you join or you look for it. Now, Pure Hearts Charity Foundation was formed in 2023 and registered as a community-based organization in Kamuli district with a registration number KD-CD/0623/1111-525. That's the registration number of my organization. It's registered as a community-based organization in Kamuli district. Pure Hearts, we envision a future where every child, regardless of their circumstances, has access to quality education and the opportunity to build a brighter tomorrow. Uganda is currently having regions which are starving in poverty. children are going through financial hardships. They are not schooling due to lack of scholastic materials. They are lacking available schools. Now, just like where I'm working from, to get a school, I think a nearby school is like 30 kilometers away from the village where I'm staying. Now, can you imagine? Let me say, all the kid moved from here to that school. It's in a place called Lorengduat in Moroto district. Can you just imagine? From Nabilato to Moroto district. It's such a far distance. So that's why Pure Hearts Charity Foundation decided to come in to at least bring closer or simplify and ease an education for these underprivileged children. We are specifically dealing with children, the underprivileged children, the orphans, the disabled children, like that. Our objectives are encouraging literacy of the disadvantaged children and other neglected members like widows, disabled, HIV positive, and elderly. Now, we not only give help to the underprivileged children, but sometimes, or at most, we go and meet also the elderly people, those widowed ladies, and we give them some assistance, like buying for them pads, we buy for them food, like the elderly, we get some blankets for them, like we give them basic needs. If there is need of medical assistance, we do give, like that. Another objective is...
Did I understand you correct when we last time talked that they all began as medical assistants because you work in the medical profession? Within the army, you have the medical training, and where you're posted or the villages you've been traveling, you saw the need and you just simply started to help as a medical profession. I think this is how your story began. Is that correct? Can you maybe give us a couple of minutes? I know that your foundation is doing many things and you're looking into the future. That's why we're here. But I think people very much to know how you personally started in helping people and how you personally got connected with the wish to do good in your community.
Okay, thank you. Now, what inspired me mostly to start our foundation was one thing. I was deployed after my military training. I was deployed in a certain village called Kosike. Now, I used to receive almost every day. I could receive civilian clients or patients, but their situations were not good. It was really disgusting by that time. But as a medical profession, I used to give some medical assistance to these people for free. At least I could buy some drugs for these people. I used to give them food. They call me doctor. Whenever they used to see me in the town on the center, they could call me doctor. In their language, they say akoro. Akoro means hunger. Akoro, hunger. I'm hungry. You buy for them something. You give for them something. You give something to them. Now like that, I reached a time and I started getting oppositions from some people. Now there came a man that man is called Alex Korobe. He advised me that, Edrine, to push on with what you want to do or to do everything without any resistance from the local government or the local people, at least register. You should register an organization or a charity organization. You'll be helping them through that organization, of which it was really a good idea because I wanted to help more. I was not really ready to dump what I'd already started doing. That's when I came up with the idea of registering a community-based organization.
Let's stop here for a minute because this is the crazy part that maybe so many people being in a comfortable vest do not understand that there's so many places around the world when you're just innocent, want to do something good, you want to take your time, you want to make your own money to buy a little bit of medicine to help some people because that's what you know, that you get problems, that you get opposition, that you get all kind of troubles for just trying to help without asking anything from anyone to support you, to help you. In the beginning, you just had your own vision, desire to take your free time and to help, and that got you into all kind of problems. That is something that many of us have a very hard time to understand and to process. But I guess that is how the world sometimes works.
Yeah, that is very true. Most of the people, they have different visions and different ideas. Now, for you, when you raise up and tell them that no, at least we should be giving out at least, let me say, 10% of our salary and help these people who are suffering here. Some people will say that maybe they will think that you want to steal their money, you want to enjoy their salary, you want to enjoy their food, their items like that, of which it's not the right thing. It's after now, when I went through that resistance, I came to know that the people whom I'm staying with and those people who I'm at least saying that they are somehow okay, they are not willing to stand with these people. They call them the low men. They are not ready to stand with the low men. So I had to suffer alone. I used to give in what I had. Salary every month they give us food. My portion it could always go to those people. I send my food, I give it out from store direct to those people. Actually, they were waiting for me. Even up to now, they know that at the end of the month they bring food, so they always come to the barracks. Even up to now, they call. We want to see doctor. Where is doctor? So I have to give in. There is no way I can stand that or I can stop that. I already started it, and I think, I pray at least that I should at least hope more than the number that I'm hoping today. That's my vision. The increasing suffering of people living in the eastern part of Uganda, especially the Karamajongs, who are lacking nearby schools for their growing kids, leading to the big number of illiteracy in these communities, which has resulted into high crime rates. Here in Karamoja, there is mostly one crime act. Let me call it like that. It's a cattle wrestling. They are cattle wrestlers. Even a boy of 9 years, you'll find him with cattle. He has gone to raid, and they are always being killed by soldiers. That's why army is this side. In Karamoja is the honest and safest place in Uganda. Why? It has warriors. It has cattle warriors. They have arrows and bows. They have guns. They kill themselves. When they go for a raid, they leave that village. When they have killed at least like 2, 3, even them when they are on their way back to their home villages, they are sometimes intercepted or they sometimes collide with army, and some of them are killed, which has resulted into higher numbers or higher rates of orphaned kids and widowed mothers. Because men, they go for raids. From that raid, some of them lose lives. They are killed on their way back. So as a Pure Heart State Foundation, I saw that the only solution for this is to take these people or advocate for education. They were lacking that element in them. They don't know that someone should go to school.
Sorry, Edrine. For me, it's very interesting because I know that you started the helping people, that you gave them your salary, you gave them food, you helped a little bit with medical treatment, but now you've been doing it for some time and you have developed a bigger picture, and you know that you cannot forever take your salary and give food. You will not solve the problem. You know that you can help medical situation here and there, but you do not know that you can solve the problem. So you come to the point where you're looking at the next generation and say, only way out is to start at the complete basic, and that would be education as the real medicine or the real cure to address this problem. Is this a correct interpretation of your thinking?
Yes. I see. For me, what I see to combat all of this, health and education talks are needed, and also to empower the underprivileged children in school. As Pure Hearts, that's what I think it will help. We have to go and talk to them. They have a tendency of early marriages, teenage pregnancies is very common here because these young girls are not going to school. They are ever at home. That's why you find that when the lady, she has reached the age of 9 years, 10 years, she's taken for marriage. They bring the cows and they give to the father. The father releases the girl to go and marry, which is not good. So as Pure Hearts, we've always been conducting health talks. We've been talking against the early marriages, teenage pregnancies. We've been advising them to take their children to schools. Though they are lacking nearby schools, but at least those who are having some money, they have taken their children to school, to the boarding sections, like that school. It's called Irolengi. What's it? Inside that side of Moroto. There is another school called Inabilatu. At least some of them have taken their kids there. And as Pure Hearts, we've also went ahead to accompany these children in school. We've been buying for them books, pens, mathematical sets, to just elevate their morale, to make them loved, to make them feel loved. Some of them they lack school uniforms, they lack school shoes, they go barefooted. Now I will share with you some pics and you see. They go barefooted in schools. So whenever we get something, we go and give. We donate like that. And I think if we keep this spirit up, by the time like 10 years from now, Karamoja will also be loved. It will be a very developed region. And we don't want to just end in helping these people from other schools, because in those schools they are paying tuition or school fees, of which some parents are lacking. That's why Pure Hearts came up with a suggestion of getting an orphanage school within the community. This orphanage school, it will be 100% free for these people. It's just like a gift. We want to donate it to the community. Those ones who are willing to study and they are lacking fees, they are lacking scholastic materials, they will be having services from that school. Though this school, it needs also some good amount of money, which is currently not there. I remember some time back, I shared with you my GoFundMe page. We are trying to fundraise some amount, though we have not yet gotten any amount, but the project, this school project will only cost $150 for its completion. So that's why I'm here calling anyone willing to make a milestone, to bring change like that. Let's join hands. Let's give these people what we have. Let's donate. Let's not say that I'm not in Uganda, that school will not help me. No. Fine, it will not help you now, but it will help you in future. Let's save our children. Let's save for the next generation. If we combat illiteracy in the Karamoja region, Uganda will also be free. We shall get peaceful citizens in Uganda. Even these citizens will bring their, they will do what they call brainstorm. They will come to UK, they will come to Netherlands, they will go to USA to give out their services. Hope we see medical personnel in UK from Uganda. We have doctors that side, we have nurses that side, we have teachers like that. So I pray that let's join hands to achieve this meaningful goal. It will really save more lives. It will really help very many underprivileged children. My target, or the target for this project, I think and I believe it will support more than 300 children in school. What we will do after the completion of the school, we will with a view that after the completion, those ones who are strictly, who we say that they cannot raise anything, we shall be teaching them for free. Those ones who can raise something, they will be bringing something, accompany the school or to run the school programs. Because we shall be in need of food, we shall be in need of rooms like other library and stationery in the school.
Let us quickly make a pause here. Did I hear you correctly? You said $100,000 is the building of the school. Did I hear this correctly?
It's $150,000.
$150,000 for the whole school building that can help up to 300 kids in 10 years or 5 years, or what is the time frame for that?
Yeah, we wanted to finish this project if we get money. I think by 2026.
And the school, you said the school will be donated to the village. So will then be like the local education authorities take control of the school and bring the teachers, or will the charity try to organize the teachers? So who will be in charge of running and maintaining the building once it's done?
Now, after the construction of the buildings, the school will be handed over. We shall hand it over to the local chief or to the parish chief, but it will be under control of Pure Heart Charity Foundation. Though it will be the local government to give us teachers. We have the city schools around. They will be helping us with the manpower of teachers and other staffs like that.
And the financing of the teachers, some people will pay tuition according to their means, and some you hope that your charity will raise enough funds continuously to support the teacher salary and help the ones who cannot pay the tuition. So it's like a mixed situation. Do you also expect money from the government to help this school, or you think that is very small possibility that you will get public funding to help with this school once it's there?
Yeah, once the school starts, I cannot think that the government will take it by just from nowhere like that. But my vision is, even if the government doesn't intervene, we want it to be running. So what we shall be doing, another part or other, let me say, other numbers of pupils from within the school will be paying tuition, which will be facilitating the school activities, like paying the salaries for the teachers, like paying the bills, buying food, and other scholastic materials for the underprivileged ones. Just that what we shall do is that it will be having low costs. Education will be at a lower cost, meaning we shall not be putting it on a higher costs like other schools, how they do. Yeah.
And also something very interesting to me, you talked about GoFunding and stuff like that. So this is a technical question. Will you be able to receive the funds when people want to donate? You have the technicality with the banks and so on. You think this is realistic, that this will work? Because I know there's some restriction and some problems receiving outside funding. You're positive that you set it up in a correct manner. So you're positive.
Yeah. Pure Heart Charity Foundation is having the bank account. Yeah, it's there. It's in Stanbic Bank. I'll share it with you also. Then with this crowdfunding page or GoFundMe page, it will just be helping us also raise some, isn't the fundraising for those donors from various areas. It's easier to share it than sharing the bank account details.
Of course.
Yeah. Now, after receiving funds, there is always accountability for those funds. We don't always distance ourselves from the donors. Once we receive funds, we shall always be updating the donors through the GoFundMe page and also through our websites and emails for the donors' emails like that.
You said this is one of the most dangerous areas of Uganda. So I guess if some donor would like to visit the school when it's finished, it would be a rather dangerous and long journey for an outsider to come. I think this would be quite an exciting trip.
Actually, Karamoja is a very beautiful place. It's mountainous. It's actual, let me say, Uganda is called the Pearl of Africa, but it's the Pearl of Africa because of Karamoja. Gold is in Karamoja. Machure is in Karamoja. Beautiful mountains are in Karamoja. Forests we have good results. It's actually beautiful for tourists. So once the school is opened up, I believe it will not only help the community, but it will help the government at large. Because our donors will also be coming. And once they come here, they will be touring around, which will be bringing income to the government.
That would be, of course, a very nice dream. I only heard from people who lived in Uganda for some time, friends of mine, and have told me how unbelievably beautiful it is. Of course, I never had the possibility of being there myself so far, but it would be nice once the security situation is better. It's, of course, one of the prime destinations to discover in Africa.
Yeah, that's true. I pray you get time, you get a chance to visit Uganda. I will sure be very grateful to receive you.
Wonderful. Let us talk a little bit. I know that there's also there's always ethnic conflicts and complications, as you said, underprivileged and so on and so forth. And I know that your region is also part of these conflicts. Again, I guess you're doing all of this because you believe that bringing up education will connect people, bring them together, and also help overcome these conflicts. You believe that education, one more time, is the cure that society needs right now to move forward. Is this a good interpretation of your thinking?
Yes, education will actually sharpen their minds. These people are currently living like early men. Hope you know the history of early man. So most of them, they still up to now move without clothes. They just use they always wrap themselves with robes. Can you imagine? But when we bring education, we shall be teaching them various things. We shall be educating them. We shall be teaching them how the world is changing. We shall be telling them that stealing is not the only option. You can start and become a lawyer, and after becoming a lawyer, you'll be getting some good amount. If you become a nurse, you'll also be getting paid every month. You'll get a job and start earning free money. So I think when we bring education to them, it will really change their mindset. All the conflicts that they are having in their mentality of cattle wrestling, it will be totally whipped out. That's what
Adrine,
I'm advocating. Yeah.
can you tell us, have you managed to find other people to help you with the charity? I know you for a long time was pulling it really with your own hands and with your own salary. You really had such a crazy story. You told us a little bit about it, but I know it is a unique story of will and power. Did you manage to build a team around you, people who want to help and support? How is this coming together?
Yeah. As in 2023, I started this organization as one, but I've been able to get more community members who have been joining me. Currently, we're having a board of 9 people. These 9 people are raising funds. And there is also one of our donors called Mr. Jane Frederick from Germany. He at times also pass to buy some books, pens like that. Though the school project has been a big thing for him, but I believe we shall make it when we join hands. But currently, I'm no longer alone. I have some other big people also within from Uganda. Now the board of Pure Heart Charity Foundation is having 9 people on it. And every member is raising a certain percentage every month, which is at least helping keep these people these children in school, buy for them basic needs and scholastic materials like that. We do not only rely on our donors funds, but we also find possible ways of raising something from ourselves,
Right.
among ourselves.
It is, I think it's an interesting conversation. If we a little bit now come back and try a philosophical moment for a couple of minutes, because when you listen as an outsider, of course, talking to someone like you who is spending all day long with the problems, stealing, going, bringing, taking the medicine, bringing to the people. By the end of the day, a conversation here on the podcast, you're crying for funds and you want funds and you need funds because by the end of the day, you can only do so and so much good, and you can give so and so much that is in your hands. So funds is your main concern, while all the other problems, the everyday struggle, basically that is what you have learned to manage, that we have learned to cope, the resistance and the problems. But now it comes down to giving you the ability to do more and to do better. So it is an interesting thing how the mechanic of giving is working and how sharing responsibility takes place. So bring us back. You said, I remember that you said that giving money to you, making the school, even from America, from Europe, from England, is also in their self-interest. You mentioned that maybe nurses and doctors get educated and come back, but that's also a little bit selfish. Is there a more philosophical answer why helping people in Uganda, helping people in this village is in the human self-interest of everyone? What is your philosophy, your personal view on the concept of helping humanity no matter where they are?
Okay. Now with that, let me give you that is in the Bible. Let me use Jesus as a reference. There, it was in the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 40. Oh, I'm a Christian, by the way. I had not told you that. So allow me to share this. Jesus was teaching his people, or his disciples. He was with his disciples and also teaching the congregations. He told them that, truly I tell you, whatever you did for me, of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did it for me. Hope you get the point. So
we all do.
Whatever every amount that you're raising for the suffering boy, for the suffering girl, for the suffering woman in Uganda, you're doing it. You're not only doing it for yourself or for others. You're not doing it for Pure Heart Charity Foundation. You're not doing it for Edrine or for Uganda as a nation, but you're doing it for God. I just pray that we have that in our minds. We have spirits of selfishness. When you tell someone that give up, what will first reign in their minds is that, those people, they are good at eating our money. You'll just eat our money. You'll not do anything. You'll give 100, you'll give 10% of the donations. You get that? That's what they will always be thinking. But I honestly tell you that just have that belief in you. Love is compassion and love is kind. Once you have that feeling in you, you'll give. You're giving, even if you're in UK, even if you're in USA, will not only make a difference in Uganda, but it will also make a difference in your country. Someone who is in Uganda, when he's educated, today, he may be not educated, but tomorrow when he's educated, he will be in UK giving services. Let me use an example. The former president, let me use Barack Obama. If he was not educated, was he going to be able to do what he did? So let's just hope these underprivileged children, because there is no one who can give. If you don't give, no one is willing to stand. It's you to give. Don't say that someone will give. Don't say that you'll give tomorrow. Don't say that you'll give the other day. No. Giving time is today. Giving today. Jesus' heart is full of compassion for the underprivileged, for they are his children, created in God's image and need of love, mercy, and care. What should be done for them is rooted in his commandments of love and justice. Yeah.
Well, I think we all get the point that watching the podcast is one thing and trying to... So the things that you need, I also understand, beside of money, you also need people in countries like America or England who listen to this conversation, to listen to this podcast and say, well, maybe I can give money, but maybe also I can get involved. You need people that helps with communication, with foundation, with giving. You need also information which financial possibilities exist out there. There are so many charities, there are so many foundations all over the world that you might know or might not know about. So you not only need money, you also need knowledge, and you need support. You need mental support, people that want to give you a platform, people want to interview you, want to write articles about you. You basically need all kind of different ways of help, and everyone who wants to help, either with money or with activity or with support or spreading the news, there's endless ways of helping you. Is this a good interpretation of what you need, or do you have something to add to this call?
Actually, you brought a point. Let me just make last week, and that I was grant application with the Clive Foundations, Clive Richards Foundations in UK. One of the requirements was that every overseas organization to qualify for the application must be having a close contact in UK, of which we were lacking. Actually, we absolutely lost that opportunity. It went like that. So what you've said is true. We not only need money, but we need friends. We need connections. We need friends from different countries, from different continents. Once we get a friend, that friend, once there is something, maybe it's a branch opportunity somewhere, he's the one who will be giving us information and helping us. Any organization needs also someone to advise, meaning if you're there, we welcome you to come and advise. To work with Pure Hearts Charity Foundation does not mean that you only be giving you money. No. You can be contributing to the group or to the organization through your advice. Just advice. Just promoting what we do. You see a post of Pure Hearts and you also reshare it. You go to the pages and you share the pages with your friends. You preach the gospel about Pure Hearts. That will also work for us. Our mission is not only after money, but we are also after love, friendship, and connections. Yeah.
I think this was a very good call, and I think we've had a very good presentation, and I hope that we will find maybe some other time where you can show us some small videos from your surrounding. Last time you a little bit showed me something, and I hope that next time we will find a chance to a little bit see where the school is supposed to be. Maybe you can take us through the village. Maybe you can show us this and that. Thank you so very much, Edrine, for today. All the links, information, GoFunding, everything will be on the podcast. Who wants to reach, who wants to connect, will find everything they need. Thank you very much, Edrine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. May the Almighty God bless you. Thank you for the love and care. You've really showed George's love. And I'm very grateful for that.
Thank you.